Black Mesa's monorail is seen and used several times throughout Half-Life 1 and its spin-offs. In Blue Shift, however, for the first time we can see a map of the whole system. Although the dormitory stop is missing, the blue line aligns quite well with what is talked about and seen in Blue Shift in Half-Life 1.
This train is inbound from the Area 8 topside dormitories to the Central Transit Hub in Area 9.
The map also makes mentions of several other areas found in the Half-Life 1 era titles, such as the Hydroelectric Dam, the Hazard Course, the High Altitude Launch Center, the Biodome Complex, and the Freight Yard. In the final maps of Half-Life 2, as the player is ascending the Citadel, they can peer through various windows or openings, or peer straight off the top of the building to catch a rare aerial view of City 17. Thanks to Hammer and some texture extraction, we can get a completely unobstructed view of this view. City 17, as it turns out, has a river that runs through it, with bridges spanning it at a couple of points, as well as various river docks running out into the water. This is something reiterated to some degree in Episode 2's elevated view. One thing that might not be immediately apparent though is that this aerial view is an edited and rearranged aerial view of New York City. The bridge that is immediately in view of the Citadel is actually the Williamsburg Bridge, with the other one being the Manhattan Bridge. You can even see the dark line where the Brooklyn Bridge and its on-ramps were edited out. And this cluster of docks is actually Wallabout Bay. The Combine milk Antlions. You heard that correctly. In the Half-Life Alyx chapter Revelations, you'll come across this little exterior area. If you peer through the illuminated Combine door, you will see and hear this.
What do you think they're doing in here?
Looks like they're milking the leggies.
Unobstructed, this is what the room looks like. The liquid being milked from them appeared to be at least a component of the infestation control cleaning solution seen elsewhere. In the Half-Life Alyx chapter Revelations, you are intended to go through a boarded up window in this room. However, there is a small but accessible path opposite. Following it will have you enter a makeshift home filled with ammo, resin, a health pen, and a few small details that build up the life of someone living in the quarantine zone. Dean Tate from Valve explains a bit of the lore for this place.
The purpose of this hideout was to give players a nice reward for being observant and exploring the environment. We wanted to highlight the story of scavengers living behind the quarantine wall, what their lives might look like, and why they might choose to live there. The person who lived here was referred to internally as the Combine Killer, imagined as a person with a grudge against the Combine who has chosen to eke out a living in the quarantine zone, spending their time exacting revenge on unsuspecting Combine patrols, perhaps eventually joining the organized resistance movement portrayed in Half-Life 2.
During the chapter Entanglement in Nova Prospect, after speaking with Eli at a Combine control room, there will be a point where Alyx suggests to temporarily split apart.
I'm gonna head back to the security station and try to patch into your suit radio. Wait till you hear from me. Hey, take care of yourself.
Surprisingly, and only visible through no clip, Alyx will actually walk all the way back to the aforementioned security station. This means that the delay between when you two split and when she speaks over the radio is almost entirely due to her travel time.
Hey, it worked. Let's see what I can do to clear the way for you.